Well, and one more thing about the coaches. The thing that drives me nuts the last 2 minutes of the game is when they're calling these timeouts to set up plays. Why do they practice? Like, why do you have to set up plays? What do you do during practice then?
That's what practice is supposed to be for. And the practice floor is the coach's laboratory. And Wooden would tell us, we never called timeout. Coach Wooden, in the 4 years I played for him, never called a timeout. He always felt that timeouts were an admission of defeat and would only allow the other team to regroup. It's get it going up and down and celebrate the great.
The best part is these teams, we're going to call a timeout and set up a play. All right, you four guys stand on the side, and we'll give it to LeBron or Baron Davis, and he's just going to go one-on-one. You need a timeout to figure that out? That's what I don't get.
Get it inbound and don't let the other team set up. Larry Bird was the absolute master at all of this. He was so phenomenal. He would demand the ball at the end of the game, and then he would go and tell the other team what the play was. But ultimately, in basketball, in music, in life, it comes down to decision making. You spend your whole life, Bill, mastering the fundamentals, memorizing all the possibilities, the permutations, the eventualities. And then you get out there and the game is on the line, life is in the balance, the fate of Western civilization is right there in the palm of your hand, and it's the decision you make. Because if you go out there with a predetermined, preconceived idea as to what you're going to do, when that obstacle, when that defender, when that adversity pops up in front of you in life, you're going to fail. You have to be able to make that on-the-spot decision, and that comes from training in practice. And you can't come in and just, draw up a whole new play with 5 seconds to go and expect to go out there and hit the game winner. No. Because the games, they become memorized exhibitions of brilliance out there, and that's why Larry Bird was phenomenal. And I had the privilege of being in the Boston Garden when those fans who filled that place for 15 years in a row with never an empty seat. Now, the all-time record is the Blazers with 18 years. The Celtics have 15 years of consecutive sellouts, and the Bulls in the Jordan era have 13 years. But when you were in that Boston Garden, when Larry was playing, and those fans would stand and chant in unison, Larry, 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 MVP, MVP, and the scoreboard is just bouncing and rocking, and the building is shaken to its foundations. And in the very first game I was ever on the Celtics, and they started to do that, and I was just shocked because I had been in the Boston Garden with the Dead, and when they were just chanting Jerry, Jerry, and then I go up to Larry Bird, and during his first Celtic game that I was ever in there, and I said to him, Larry, what are they chanting? Are they chanting Jerry, Jerry? And he looked at me. And he said, no, Walton, they're chanting my name, and you better get used to it. And that I did. And you talk about what a great teammate Larry was, because he was the most popular guy, just an icon, just an idol. So every company wanted him for sponsorship and endorsements and commercials. And particularly this one restaurant right next to the Garden. It was called Scotch and Sirloin. Yeah. And it was just fantastic. And so they were really on Larry to, do a commercial for this restaurant. So Larry said, okay, I'll do the commercial. I said, how much is it going to cost? Because they were really worried. And Larry said, it's not going to cost you anything. But I'm going to tell you what you have to do. You have to feed my teammates all the time. All they have to do is leave the cash tip at the end of the night. Now, when they made the deal, little did they realize that Rick Carlisle would eat every single meal of the day there all season long. But after every game, the entire team would go in, and everybody with their families and their children, and everybody would have their own little table, and the food, the salad bar, and the seafood. Oh, what a time we had.
Well, that commercial's on YouTube, by the way.
Oh, man, Larry Bird was so fantastic.
Hello everyone, I spend a lot of time trying to get you guys nice videos, so please subscribe to this page, and please subscribe to my second page. The link to my second page is in the description section. Thank you.